What is up guys, my name is the Eagle Swords. We are armed to record and we've got some Medal of Honor gameplay going on here. Something that I have not posted on this channel, but I bought this game in a sale. I think it was some Origin sale a while ago for a $5, and ooh, I love this game. I don't, but I do. It's kind of a love-hate thing, a bit like Battlefield 3, and the main reason why I'm posting this, and the subject of today's discussion here, is the root of the problem. And by problem I mean Battlefield 3. This is the root. And I failed my knife there, so what do you know, I'm running around trying to sort of find him. But yeah, the knife is very, very effective in this game. It's like COD, except it works and isn't as bullshit. That's what I like about this game. I have nothing against fast-paced action games. It's just that COD has a lot of bullshit. I got axed there. No biggie. COD has a lot of issues in terms of balancing of things, and I just don't think this has the same issues. I genuinely don't, except that you die a lot, as you can see. So I start off a little bit badly, 0 and 2. But it kind of demonstrates the problems I have with this game. This is nothing that I start off badly. It kind of gets a bit good towards the end. It's the second best gameplay I've got in recent times. There's a double kill. I think I got a 26 and 11 that I'm gonna post, and another kill. I think I got a 26 and 11, a little like the game after this, but this one was 23 and 14. But it kind of really does demonstrate what I have wrong with games like Battlefield 3 and this. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with DICE and their work, this, the multiplayer portion of this game at least, I know in the new Medal of Honor Warfighter, which has basically been announced yesterday, Medal of Honor Warfighter, DICE isn't working on it at all. It's just danger close. But in this game, like the first major Medal of Honor, DICE made the multiplayer, Danger Close made the single player. It was like sort of an elite combination, but it didn't quite work out the way EA were hoping. Now, the interesting thing is, I'm dying over and over and over again due to spawn killing, okay? So you see me there, I spawn and I'm killed pretty much instantaneously. Now I'll get back to that a little bit later on, but that is one thing that I think is definitely wrong with this game, is the spawn killing. And I'll get back to it a little bit later on. Something happens that's quite interesting. I think I'll come back to it, and that's a nasty gunfight. I'll get back to it in a little while. But you know, the thing is with this game, right? Lots of spawn killing. There's problems. There's just problems with this game. That's the thing. It mostly comes about from the gameplay. It also comes about from the if you look and you notice and you watch very carefully, you'll notice that a lot of people around me are using something called open tip ammunition, which basically is like Magnum ammo from Bad Company 2. Getting re-envisioned for Medal of Honor, and the problem I have is that any time that happens, it makes it incredibly difficult for new players. And I'm sorry, but Medal of Honor, I mean, I have this game for PC. I don't actually have it for console, but I have it for PC. And the problem I have with it in general is that there's not enough players. There's only like 2,000 players at any point in time, I think, or something like that, playing at one time. Ooh, that was a interesting melee fight. There's only about 2k players going on at any one time, and it's it's difficult enough for new players to get into this. But when you've got the spawn killing problems, the other problem, the open tip ammunition. I know this doesn't affect Battlefield 3, but it's the same principle. It was never patched, and I think that's the problem that I have with DICE at the moment. Now, the reason that open tip ammunition is bad, as I mentioned, was because it was very difficult for new players. And speaking of new players, I am one. I've only played this a little bit. I bought it. It was absolutely awful when it came out. It's a little bit better now, I think, now that the community is less gay and less Call of Duty oriented. Nice kill there. But it's just like, I don't know, it's just everything goes everything used to go horribly wrong for me, and every game would be like a 3 kill and 20 death game. And this is the interesting bit, right? So what happens is I complete my score chain and get a missile attack. And then I call in the missile attack and kill someone. Now that is how you kill a camper, okay? Campers. It affects this game as well. A similar thing happens later on. This is the interesting bit, by the way, because somebody accuses me of hacking. Now that's interesting, isn't it? Somebody accused me of hacking. I'm a new player. I only go 23 and 14, but yet someone is accusing me of hacking. I don't really understand how that works. But there's another interesting thing that happens a little bit later on, which I will tell you about when it comes to that. And it's just like, there's so many problems. I just don't know what to say, but you know, it definitely, this game, when you look at this game and you look at the whole problems with the, you know, every game is just an enormous spawn trap. Every game is an enormous spawn trap, and you know that when you get into a game of Medal of Honor, it's spawn trap or be spawn trap, and it's something that DICE never addressed, never fixed. This is the root of where Battlefield 3's troubles are today, because at the end of the day, DICE made Medal of Honor like exactly a year pretty much, before the release of Battlefield 3, and you know, compared to Bad Company 2, this was crap, and you know, Battlefield 3 is the same way, and a lot of people do know this, a lot of people don't know this. Input lag is the reason why I'm not posting Battlefield 3 on this channel, at least not for the moment. Anything other than vehicles for me is absolutely impossible, and I don't like posting continuous vehicle gameplay, so I don't. And you know, the thing is, genuinely, input lag is a problem that DICE kind of don't acknowledge. The game has been out for 6 months, and you can't aim correctly, and you haven't been able to ever since the release, which was in October. It should have been fixed by now. I don't understand. You know, if it's not fixed by now, you need more members of the team working on post-launch support. It's as simple as that. It should be fixed. Something as fundamental as input lag. You know, it's gonna be sort of late March at least now, before it's even, you know, before input lag's even thought about being fixed. And I just think it's kind of disgraceful. And this is the first thing that I saw, because I bought this game well after release, but I really did realise what people were talking about when Battlefield 3 suffers from problems that Medal of Honor has. Because, you know, it's something that DICE, you know, it's something DICE made that has a lot of problems, and it's not like Bad Company 2. And yeah, I feel like I'm not really explaining this, and I'm just speaking a lot of gobbledygook. But yeah, this is basically what you know, it is what it is, and you know, there's a lot of elements of Battlefield 3 that are like Medal of Honor, and Medal of Honor has so many problems, and it's the same as Battlefield 3. It reminds you of anything? Anyway, let's move on. Open tip ammunition again. There, you see. Input lag, as I said, you know, a lot of people ask me what is input lag, and input lag is bullshit, and you know, you're just oh my god, DICE trying to be Call of Duty here with its kill streaks that piss me off. Let's move on to talking about what input lag is, because I get this question a lot, and people keep telling me I'm on PS3 and I don't get input lag. It's totally fake. No, it isn't. Unsurprisingly. It only affects certain TV setups, because it's to do with the way that that Battlefield 3 stimulates the kind of post-processing of certain televisions. It is very, very complicated, and nobody understands it. But basically, it means that when I press the stick, it doesn't affect everyone, but it affects me. When I press the stick, about 5 seconds later, it's not quite as extreme as this, but about half a second later, it will move. And here we go. This is a problem I have. I spend the entire game being spawn trapped and spawn killed. So I turn the tables, call in an airstrike on their spawn, and I get killed by the server. I don't get it. And people are accusing me of hacking. I get killed by the server for doing the exact same thing that the opposing team have been doing all game. That, you know, it's just, oh dear. This gameplay really does demonstrate all the problems I have with Medal of Honor. And as such, problems I have with Battlefield 3, because it's a very kind of similar game, except Battlefield 3 is much bigger. But you know, in terms of gameplay-wise, it's kind of It doesn't have. It's not really. It's the same problems, but it's like they are very comparable. They feel so similar, except that Medal of Honor is much closer. But they feel so similar, and they both have so many problems. And DICE doesn't fix it on Medal of Honor. It makes me worried. This is the fundamental point I'm trying to make in this commentary. I am worried because I look at Medal of Honor, I look at the problems it has, I look at the problems that it has that weren't fixed, and I think about Battlefield 3's problems, and I can't cope with that not being fixed because they are serious issues. And as such, the input lag, 5 months, 6 months by the time that a patch will come out. Input lag, VoIP issues. It took them 4 or 5 months to fix that. I really just think this is disgraceful, and I just want to rally things behind DICE and Battlefield 3 and speeding fixes up. But until next time, guys, take care. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and peace.